Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today what I have for you guys is a brand new GTA 5 Online video, and today we are talking about the DLC that Rockstar buffed this week with double money rewards here. As you could probably tell by the contract board behind me, we are in my auto shop, and on Friday I made a money guide for the week on completing auto shop contracts, discussing the best one that you could possibly do, and you can actually see it at the bottom of the list right there, the Union Depository contract, where you can get a full payout of $600,000. After KDJ and Sasanta's cut, you end up with $540,000 profit. But of course, that does have a cooldown, and so you can't farm it back to back to back. And also on Friday in that money guide, I discussed how you can start a contract, cancel it, so you can keep doing that over and over and rinse and repeating until you get the Union Depository contract to pop back up on your auto shop job board. But of course, you can't actually start the contract until that cooldown goes away and expires. So that leaves you with a question. What do you do in the meantime? Well, you definitely want to do more auto shop contracts, and today we're going to be going through one that isn't necessarily my favorite, but it is going to be the absolute, I think, most straightforward one that every player could speed run as long as they play through it once and they know what to expect. And inside of this video, I will be giving you guys tips and tricks on the two setup missions so you know exactly how to complete this certain contract that we're going to be going through in the absolute shortest amount of time possible, how you can be most efficient with speed running it. So even if you're taking it at your own pace, you don't need to be #1 fastest in the world completing it, whereas you could still complete it very, very fast, so that by the time you complete it, you can get started with that Union Depository contract and do that for the double money, or even fit in a third contract within that same hour if you're quick enough. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning back in, and let's get started. So today we're going to be doing the prison contract, which is pretty fun. It's not one of my favorite contracts necessarily from the LS Tuners update, of course, that released in July of 2021. But I will say, if you're looking to speedrun a contract outside of the Union Depository contract, because, you know, that's on cooldown for a little bit and you're just waiting to get access to it again and being able to play it, then I would recommend, honestly, the prison contract is a pretty decent one just because you can get it done really fast, and that is definitely an advantage while these contracts are double money. So let's start off with the Inside Man. We're going to go get Lil D, then we'll do the Access Point mission second, and then, of course, we're going to actually do the Jailbreak mission for the finale. So let's get started with the Inside Man mission. I do have one little tip that I'm going to showcase to you guys as we go along here, so definitely stick around for that. There's a couple strategies I have for each setup just to make these not necessarily just as easy as possible, but also quick as possible, so that if you are trying to, you know, quote unquote speed run this, then you can. You know, you could set a really good time for yourself. And that's, you know, obviously what we want to do when we're playing these contracts. We don't want to take too long on them. You don't have to do them in the absolute fastest amount of time possible, you know, across all consoles, across all platforms, across all types of players playing this game. You don't need to be the #1 absolute fastest, but you do want to pick up the pace so you can do more of these per hour, which is of course going to allow you to make more money per hour than compared to someone who's only able to do 1 or 2 contracts per hour. If you can fit in a third contract in an hour, then you are doing really good with the LS Tuners update. So that being said, let's go over to Richmond first. We are going to grab the Innis Remus that we need, and of course here we're Lil D, and of course here we are, we see Lil D. We have a couple different destinations to actually visit for this setup, and you know, there's nothing too intense once we get in, you know, to like the main part of the mission. You don't have to worry here because there's not going to be much action, but you do want to keep an eye out later because we are going to get into a very, very big gunfight, and that's why I like this mission a lot. So here we are, we just need to let Lil D deal with his associate, which he just did, of course, dapped him up. He got the supplies he needed, now he's hopping back in the car. So here we are, now we are driving over to the gang hideout, and this is where Lil D is gonna go up and blast some dude because he needs to put himself in prison. He needs to land himself in jail for us to spring him out of it later in the finale. So we're just gonna wait outside here, wait for him to murder this guy, and then we are gonna get on our way. There we go, Lil D just whacked him. So now it is time to get out of here. Now, when this happens, we need to drive all the way over to the Mission Row police station, I think it's called. Either way, we're gonna have enemies that are gonna be chasing us. You can either just stay back there and take them out, but we're trying to just get over to that objective anyway, so let's make our way over there. You're gonna have some people pursuing you, but it's not that big of a deal. Like I said, if you know where the Mission Row police station is, just on the east side of town over by the bridges, then just drive over there. Of course, that car got in the way. Oh, I thought I was gonna be able to land on all 4 wheels, and then we hit the light posts. All right, so this guy's catching up to us. Let's try and create some distance. Either way, if we gotta shoot him, it is what it is. But we just want to keep making our way east through the city so that we can be close enough to the objective as we can once we officially, like, quote unquote, lose these gang member pursuers that are after us right now. And this is a pretty good route to take. This is probably going to be one of the fastest ways to get there, I would imagine. This guy's pretty close to us. Both of these guys are, so I'm just going to shoot them, actually, just since I'm right here. So they have been both taken out. Oh my god, that guy smashed into the wall. That was crazy. And here we are. We lost the gang members, and there we go. We are right where we need to be for the mission. This is the Mission Row Police Department. And now, in order to end this, we just need to drive this Indus Remus back to the auto shop. So let's go ahead and do that. And here we are, arrived back at the auto shop. That is mission number 1 complete. Now for prep mission number 2 here, it is access point. Now we need to find a way to get over the prison's perimeter fence, and what this mission entails from us is basically stealing a trailer that contains a ramp, and we're going to use that ramp in the finale to get into the prison. You don't absolutely need to use the ramp. You could just jump over the prison fence using the stunt jump off of one of like the hillside rocks, but depending on if you want to play the finale the way it's meant to be played or not, of course, this is a setup mission you need to do. You can't skip it. So you have to go through the motions, whether you use this ramp in the finale or not. But either way, we need to drive to the Los Santos River. That is where the tractor trailer is itself, the 18-wheeler trailer with the ramp. But what I would recommend you do is, I mean, you could probably call your Phantom Wedge, but I wouldn't recommend that just because once you actually steal the trailer, maneuvering it around with the wedge is going to be a little bit tight to get out of the Los Santos River. So that probably won't be the best bet. I wouldn't use the truck cabs there. You have truck cabs there at your disposal if you want to take those, but I recommend you call your MOC, and you can use your MOC cab. That way it's way faster than the trailers or the truck cabs that the game provides you at this location, while at the same time it's way more resistant to bullets, so you can get shot a whole bunch more, and you don't need to worry about the health of the truck cab blowing up, you failing the setup mission, or something really frustrating and dumb like that, right? So I just called my MOC. I'm gonna go pick it up right now. We're gonna detach the trailer from it, and we are gonna drive that cab to the LS River location that I need to be for this setup mission. So here's my cab. It's parked over here in the parking lot. I'm gonna hop out of my car. Now we're gonna hop in the MOC cab like I was saying. We're gonna detach this trailer. Just hold right on the D-pad if you're on controller, and once you do that, let's get to the objective. So here we are coming up on the location that we need to be. And basically all we want to do here, of course, you can just grab this trailer. This is a movie set, but there is going to be that security guard and stuff. So just kind of maneuver your way around, back the cab up, and you will be in position to be able to actually steal this trailer. Some of these guys are going to be shooting at you, but like I was saying, it's not really that big of a deal because you are like super protected. So just have fun backing up over them, whatever you want. You could take the cab, and there you go. Now we're going to want to turn around and leave the river from this direction right here behind us, facing downtown, that you can see right here. We're just gonna go up this hill. Now that we've gone up the hill, let's get over to the highway, and yeah, let's just get out of here. Now, of course, once you steal this trailer as well, you are gonna have all these cops and police on you, but don't worry, it's not that big of a deal, because as long as you're just making your way over to getting on the highway, you can just head all the way up to the prison where you need to go, and in the meantime, you'll probably just lose the cops along the highway, and it really won't be that big of a deal. You can also just hide out somewhere if you want, but this is why, of course, I recommend the MOC cab, because you could see how quick we're actually going, and we're not even on the highway right now. I'm just driving through the city streets. I'm gonna get on the highway a little bit north of here, but you can see just how fast we're moving. You can't take the normal truck cabs that are over featured at that actual trailer that we stole. Those don't drive nearly as fast as this one. But all right, we are well on our way, and we are getting on the highway, so I'll just probably speed this part up so we can lose this cops, because of course I'm going to get my wanted level again. Unfortunately, that cop spawned right in front of me, but I will see you guys at the destination. And there we go, we lost our wanted level, so now let's just deliver this trailer to the drop-off. It's only about 1.5 miles away. Or sorry, it's only half a mile away. It just updated. And here we go. We are approaching the location of the drop-off. Drive it right into the spot. Says the Santa's goon will later set up the stunt ramp to use during the contract job, and all we need to do is, of course, leave the area. So I just called my Sparrow, and let's just fly out of here and fly right back to the auto shop. And there we go, mission passed. As always, with each setup, you get paid $10,000, which is, of course, very nice just for doing the setup. Of course, you know, the main payout of $350,000 with this contract is coming in the finale, but the setup missions are nice to get the 10 grand as well. All right, now, truthfully, if you've been making good time with these two setup missions, it should only be about 10 minutes since you first started the setups for this contract, and now we're, of course, going to do the hit, break into the Bolingbroke prison, assassinate all the targets identified by Lil D. And of course, we need to break Lil D out of jail and get on with it. Now, for the sake of the finale, if you want to drive into the prison any way you want, of course, if you want to take the ramp, you can do that. We're going to try and do the stunt jump to get in. I went with the sharpshooter loadout. Usually I go with, what is it called, the hustler loadout with the bullpup rifle. But the reason I'm using the sharpshooter for this time, for this finale and this specific contract finale is because we want the sticky bombs, because we need to chuck one of these and sort of like, you don't need to Hail Mary the sticky bomb, but you need to chuck it kind of far because you want to blow up 2 targets using it. And then of course you will want to use your mini SMG to take out the other 2 targets. We're trying to just stay in our vehicle and make this as easy as possible, and also at the same time keep the prison bus with Lil D in it inside of the prison, because there is a way to actually keep him inside of the prison if we don't play the mission the way it's intended. So I'll showcase that to you guys in a little bit once we get to the Bolingbroke Penitentiary. Now here we are at the destination, or basically where we want to get in here. You can either, of course, like I said, use the truck ramp to get inside the prison if you want, but also what we could do is take that jump over there to get in the prison, which is what we're gonna do. So you want to kind of face like northeast and take this stunt jump if you can into the prison. So make sure you get enough speed with your car to be able to do this. And now if you don't make it into the prison, don't worry, it's not that big of a deal. You could still head through the gates. But once you land right in, go to the right, because what you're gonna want to do is equip your mini SMG, and now you're gonna take out these 2 targets along the fence. They're just gonna be standing here. There's gonna be a couple police, but of course just shoot them, make sure they don't stand up. They're both dead, right? So now we're chilling. Next up, there's gonna be basically a prison bus that's gonna be trying to leave, and so you want to cut over to this fence and just wait for the prison bus to arrive. He's gonna be stuck. Okay, never mind. Never mind, they patched it. He drove right through. I don't know when that strategy got patched, but it's been a while since I've actually done this. Usually I just go on foot, and I wanted to showcase to you something different for this video, but actually, as it turns out, we can't do that with this mission. So epic fail right there, but it's no matter. You're just gonna come to this side, and we're just trying to get those targets that are in the prison themselves over here. You know, you're gonna need to probably shoot a bunch of these cops as you go through, if you need to, but honestly, it's not that big of a deal anymore. We just basically killed everyone we needed to. Now they're both dead, or now he's dead. And now we gotta rescue Lil D, because the prison bus left, so we want to get to that entrance if we can. So shoot this electrical box to open this gate, and then in order to get out of here, you also want to shoot this electrical box. Let's hope we don't get shot, because we are super low on health. Make sure we don't die. Let's drive right through. And now we got to go after Lil D, who's kind of making his way pretty far away at this point. But it's all right. We'll catch up to him. So no matter. I mean, whether or not you need to go into the prison to kill those guys, and if this bus actually gets far away, don't worry about it. You know, I had an epic fail for this mission, so it's taken me just a little bit longer, because I thought that old strategy worked, and I haven't done it, truthfully, in like years since this update came out. But clearly, Rockstar must have patched it at a certain point. But nonetheless, or maybe I just did it incorrect. Either way, we need to break Lil D out of this prison bus. So let me take care of this cop behind me. If I can actually, for some reason, hello? Oh my god. There we go. All right, now let's shoot the driver. And we can go get Lil D. But of course we have the noose showing up. So let's make sure we don't die. This is gonna be a little bit dicey, I will be honest. Lil D, you better hop in, sir. Okay, here we go. We got Lil D. It's time to just get the heck out of here. We need to lose the cops and deliver him to the drop-off. So I will see you guys there. Alright, we have lost our wanted level, and we are pretty close to the drop-off. So I just need to drive basically like 1 block over. And this finale is done. We did this in, I mean, we have 9 minutes 15 seconds on this recording, but call it like 9 minutes 30 seconds in total. Or 9 minutes, because I did talk for 30 seconds at the beginning before I started the finale itself. But here we go. The prison contract is complete, ladies and gentlemen. And you get your little cutscene, and then we're gonna get our beautiful, succulent, juicy, medium rare $350,000, ladies and gentlemen. That is what I'm talking about. So all in all, that was about 20 minutes to complete right there. Almost just as fast as the Union Depository contract. This finale takes a little bit longer because it's not more in depth, but it could take you a little bit longer to lose the cops because you actually have to lose them, sort of. And there we go, $350,000 payment. Final payout after their cut is $315,000. And now, of course, if you watch my previous video on making money fast this week, of course, just farming the Union Depository contract over and over and over, when you have contracts that you need to do in between, the prison contract is definitely one that you could do to kind of speed run, make it fast, make it easy, and just overall entertain yourself and still make good money in the meantime until you're waiting for that Union Depository cooldown to expire and you could start that mission again. So thank you guys so much for watching. Rockstar definitely buffed this DLC with the double money this week. You love the double money buffs for the weekly event. We haven't seen this in a long time. I'm pretty sure the last time we saw it was the end of January of 2024. So it's been, I mean, at this point, it's been 10 months. It has been that long. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you all have a fantastic day. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios, amigos.